to do with my father, as you might imagine. I expect most of you have seen the remarkable invitation card that was produced jointly by my brother Dave and his son-in-law Nick, with research assistance from my sister as well. Remarkable because I think it leads you to look at it time and time again, illustrating as it does the various activities undertaken, or my father engaged in, at one time or another through his life. But I'm going to talk now a little bit about my own boyhood memories of my father, and tell you what sort of picture, or the title of the picture, that I myself might put on it. When I was about 5, my mother and father decided that they needed a caravan for holidays. So he built one. And I can still remember seeing that caravan at the various stages of construction. I can remember the chassis being in place with the floor on it, and I can remember the framework going up for the bodywork. And we did indeed have holidays in that caravan. And then a couple of years later, in the first part of the Second World War, because he had a shop, you see, that sold wallpaper and paints, amongst other of his activities. And at that time, a little device was being sold to protect shop windows to some extent from bomb blast. It was like a cross with feet on it, one on each side of the glass, braced by steel wires to each corner of the window. Well, not for my father to buy one of these tiddly little things only about a foot across. He built one of his own, or 2 feet across, made of wood. And of course I was tagging along behind him, helping him make these sort of things. Probably getting under his feet, but I thought I was helping. And then probably the next year or a little bit later, I remember when we came to Stratford-on-Avon, or in that area, and we were living in a rather cramped cottage in Alveston with no garden. So my father thought he would like to alter that situation. So he found someone who had a rather large summer house for sale. It was more of a bungalow than a summer house. So he took it to pieces and re-erected it in the orchard at the Elms Farm, run by Mrs. Redding. And of course, having put this place up, he wanted a water supply. And I remember, again, helping on a winter's day, lay underground iron pipes, which he cut and threaded, and we got a water supply into this bungalow. So, if I put a little picture on the invitation card, it would be Action Man. And now I'm going to hand over to my left-hand man.